Okay. Let's hope we have sound this week from the off. So we'll just wait for people to come in, and then we can begin. Okay. Hopefully, turn up the lamp. There we go. About as bright as I can get the desk. Hello, Underdog Painting. Can you hear me okay? I might just write that in the chat just in case. Okay. So obviously after last time, we had no sound at the beginning, but hopefully it's okay now. Oh, yep. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. How are we this evening? What are we working on? That is a good question, Mr. Blues. What am I going to do in the stream? I haven't decided yet, actually. I have a few little bits and bobs to paint. I was actually going to do these custodies, but I've actually managed to finish them today. So, but I've got lots of stuff lying around. I've got some Caradron Overlord ships. I've got some Banjitsu stuff. There's Nurglings. Even got some Super Dungeon Explorer over there. Or there's Vulcan as well. So, lots of stuff that I could paint if I so wish. If not, I've got stuff I can build as well. So, I'll show off these custodians in a bit as well, because I'm quite happy with how they've come out. Usually we have like a topic to talk about as well, but I've just been rushed off my feet lately. Obviously I went away for a week. Really good holiday actually. Visited a couple of castles and some old halls and stuff. It's really cool. But I've just been frantically catching up with orders. Had about 200 odd to do, and that doesn't include the stuff that was pre-ordered for the Dark Imperium either. So yeah, I can't remember the total, the actual total, but it was over 200 orders. Got a lot of them out already, but it's been absolutely chaotic. So yeah, I haven't really thought too much about what to do on the stream, but that's fine. We're just gonna sit and chill. I need to chill out after the day I've had. I've actually I did some orders yesterday, and we actually had to take our dog to Newmarket today, which is about an hour and 20 minutes away. So we had to do that this morning. So that's about with actually being there as well, about 4 hours. so okay. Underdog Painting says, I have a question. How do you go about getting sponsored? I'm trying to, but not sure how to. Do you mean like sponsored on videos and stuff? Mr. Blue says, what's your thoughts on the new starter set Dark Imperium? Well, I only actually saw it in person for the first time when I was on holiday last week. I popped into the nearest GW to where we were staying, which is in King's Lynn. It's really cool. Store manager is a really good guy. It's only a little one-man store, but there's still quite a few people in there. It's like a Thursday afternoon or something. So yeah, I saw the miniatures firsthand, and I absolutely love them. Miniature-wise, I think they're fantastic. Everything in the set, I love. I wasn't too sure about the like assault marine type guys. I thought they were a bit sort of bulky for something that flies, but they do look nicer in person, I must admit. Rules-wise as well, I really like the new edition. So yeah, all round, really good stuff actually. Let's leave that there. And the Underdog Painting says, how do you get sponsored? As in models, paints, etc. So I'm working on my flesh tears and want them to have no armour on their arms. Not sure what to use. Oh, okay. So you don't know what arms to use? for like bear arms. Obviously, there's the Forge World, World Eater guys who would be perfect, but obviously very expensive, hard to get hold of. Their arms, and the original Chaos Marauders, not so much for Horsemen, but the actual Marauders, their arms I think fit quite well on the Space Marines. So I'd probably use them if I had a choice. Tits of Brass, that is a fantastic name. Love it. Says, sup dude, love the vids. Have you seen the new Forge World point for AOS Mongol? It's now 280 points. Oh really? Is that more or less than what it was before? I assume it's more because that thing was like crazy. Some people have said Catchin or Orc arms. Yeah, the Catchin arms probably will work alright. Orc arms will be huge. Maybe use them for like Terminators. It was 400, really? So Mongols, like, from what I've heard, it's really good, so I don't know why it'd have a point decrease, unless its rules have changed. But I haven't seen. I can only assume it's not as overpowered. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I haven't seen that. For some reason my other monitor's decided to turn itself off. So just bear with me. Don't know what's up with that actually. But I don't really need it at the moment. I don't know why that's turned itself off. How strange. So I've got same rules and Troll Hag is 300 down from 400. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. I'll be checking them out at some point. That is very interesting. I don't know if I can. I'm not going to worry about playing around with my other monitor. I shouldn't need it. But that's just weird. That's just decided to turn itself off. I can't seem to turn it back on. Whether the plug. Fuse could have gone in the plug. Never mind. That's the beauty of live streaming. Let's have a look at these Custodes. Because I'm quite proud of these actually. We'll start with the leader guy. Hopefully you can see him alright on the camera. So I've gone for this sort of darker brass gold, which is sort of since I got the scale 75 golds, I've been sort of painting up gold sort of this way, like really sort of dark. So I just really enjoy it. And I've gone with like a Stegodon scale green base for the cloak and sort of worked off that. Doesn't want to focus, does it? But you can see the colour at least. And then with the regular guys, I've gone like the Stegodon scale green colour for the hair. And then for their bases, I've just done like Martian Iron Earth and a little bit of Iron Crust as well. But I actually did turquoise blue underneath, so you can't really see it too well. But if you look closely in the cracks, I know you can't really see it on camera, but there's sort of like blue under there. You can sort of see that. Just something different. Harry Mendes says, "Cheers, Craig. Thanks for all the Shadow War Armageddon battle reports. I love them." Well, you're in luck because we're filming a couple more tomorrow. However, there's only going to be about 3 more games in that campaign because after next weekend we just want to do a lot of 40k. So there's only going to be about 3 more Shadow War games. But it's been a really good campaign, and it'll be interesting to see which way it swings. Because it seems to be like this between me and Wayne at the moment, but you never know. And we've got a really cool thing planned for the finale. So we're going to do 2 more missions tomorrow, and they'll go out Thursday and Monday, and then next Thursday will be the big finale. And yeah, we've got well, that's doing there. We've got a good idea for that, but I'm not going to give anything away. But what will happen will be something to do with the narrative going into our next 40k narrative campaign. So that's going to be really cool. Really looking forward to it. I do quite enjoy Shadow War Armageddon, but I can't wait to get playing some 8th. Oh, I always go a bit croaky. It's so dry and humid lately. So I need to start thinking about things to do. No, I'll leave these guys here. Oh, I did build up another guy to go sort of to go with my blended two stuff, which I really like. For headers from Victoria Miniatures, but it was really hard to see because it's like a really light resin. But as you see his arm there, I've done that circular saw thing, just made it out of old watch cog. I thought it was really cool. That's come out really well. Simple little conversion really, but I'm quite proud of him. I want to do sort of these sort of post-apocalyptic style sort of stuff. I might do a little Gene Stealer cult or maybe a mixture of Gene Stealer cult and Astra Militarum. A little force of them. I actually bought a Goliath when I was away. Because you can't go into GW without having to buy something, can you? So I ended up coming back with a Goliath. So I'm going to like Mad Max it all up. That should look quite sweet. That's the plan anyway. I mean, they look pretty cool just as they are. So Mr. Blue says he's off to Warhammer World soon and he's wanting to get some 412 bits. Oh, that'll be his first 412 kit, okay. Is there anything anyone want to recommend me a max of £120? We need more information. What system do you play and what army do you collect, if anything? Or are you just looking for something for display? And hopefully with that information we should be able to give you a good answer. I mean, there's so much to choose from. I've got so much Forge World stuff to build and paint as well. I started building one of Custodi's Dreadnoughts, but I didn't actually finish building it. They're a bit of a pain to put together. But obviously I haven't done any more on Vulcan, because obviously I've been away. But he's coming along alright. We could paint some more Vulcan tonight maybe. I certainly want to paint the big skull that goes on his arm. And that's over here. So Mr. Blue says he's not fussed, a display model would be nice. Well, obviously then I'd certainly recommend something from a character range, like a Primarch or something. Most definitely. I'll tell you what, I'll do one better now. I'll get the old Forge World website up. Because, obviously, there's some good stuff in Warhammer Forge as well. But I don't know the prices of everything off the top of my head. So, that's what I need to look at. So, and I'll be all old school when I say Warhammer Forge, because it's just literally just an Age of Sigmar section now. Is there a way to look at... No, it's just done by armies. Oh, no, there's monsters. There's monsters. So I really like the Troll Hack, that's cool. Did you say 120? Tits of Brass said, do you know if they simplified the rules more in 8th edition like they did in AOS? They certainly did. Absolutely. A lot of stuff from Age of Sigmar is actually in 40k now. Like the way morale works is exactly the same as Battleshock. This is where I draw a blank. They haven't really dumbed down the stats much. They've just got rid of initiative and just made ballistic skill and weapon skill like 3+, 4+, etc. rather than just a number. But you sort of run in, I think you run in your movement phase like in Age of Sigmar. They've got rend and damage for your weapons as well. AP works the same as rend does in Age of Sigmar, which I really like. That will make stuff like Terminators a little bit easier to kill, I think. So, oh, the Great Unclean one, the big Forge World Great Unclean one is £120. He'd be quite cool. I imagine he's quite a pain to put together. So you got things like Magna Dragon, the Carmine Dragon. That's only I say only £62, but that is a fantastic miniature. I've actually got two. I haven't put the other one together, but something like that be awesome. So that is a really good miniature. Absolutely love the Carmine Dragon. It's one of my favourites from Forge World. And you still have change as well. What are people's opinions on the new Thunderhawk? Like, I just can't justify 450 quid. So you got a Fire Raptor, that's 105, and I absolutely love the Fire Raptor. It's a bit of a pain to put together, as with most 412 stuff, but it is beautiful. So that's another one I'd recommend. So look on the character series, see what else there is. See, most of the Primarchs, you could actually, you could get a couple, you could actually get a couple of Primarchs, because a lot of them are only 60 quid each. I say only again, but you know, be quite cool. So whatever takes your fancy, really. But yeah, you're certainly spoilt for choice, Mr. Blues, if you get some Forge World stuff, because there's loads. But yeah, I'll say a couple of Primarchs, or maybe a couple of monsters for Age of Sigmar, or maybe one of each. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting. I'm going to start painting this a salamander skull or something. I assume it's the one that Vulcan would have killed in his fluff. Where is it? This is where I can't find the paint I want. Oh, there it is. Henry Mendes says, maybe you can help. Page 85 of the Armageddon rulebook. Where did those scout heads come from the top of the page? I don't actually have the rulebook at hand, but I believe there are some what uses the Militarum Tempestus Scion heads, so it might be them. If you go on our website and look at the Militarum Tempestus Scions, or just go on GW, see if they have the heads. I may be wrong, but I think I'm sure there are some. Oh, Benny Boy Sutton says, is the live stream a regular thing? Don't want to miss the next one. When will it be? Keep up the great work. Yeah, 8:30 British summertime, is it? BST. So 8:30 in the evening. Yeah, I do. I do. I'm going to do them every week now. I just didn't have one last week because I was on holiday. But yeah, 8:30. I'll do them regularly. I normally post on our Facebook page that I'm going to do them. I haven't really. Normally I'd post on Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and everything, but I just haven't had time today. Henry Mendes says they're not those, so they're not the Scion heads. I wish I had the rulebook right here to tell you, because I would probably know straight away. If anyone's got a picture, that'd be great. So Benny Boy Sutton, Benny Boy Sutton. I'm just gonna call you Benny. So Benny says, "What are you painting?" This is just this goes on the shoulder of Vulcan, the Primarch. So I've got Vulcan there. And this is just gonna go on his shoulder. I'll probably paint some other bits to him. I could do the fire and probably muck that up, but so I'm just doing a base coat of a Rakarth flesh. I bought these really cheap brushes the other day. They're like £4 for like 5 brushes or something. I just originally bought them just to dry brushing, but they're actually really good base coating brushes. Tip-Hop Teletubby says his phone screen's too small to see what I'm doing. Yeah, I wish I could zoom in. I have no idea how to do it with this camera. Whether I can do it with the software or not. I'd like to zoom in just like the middle space of my desk, really, but I have no idea how to do that. But I'll have a look. There's so many settings on here. I'll probably end up mucking something up, but let's try. Oh, so that just crops it. So we know that's wrong. You think there'd just be like a zoom in option? But it doesn't seem to be. Unless I'm just completely dense and I'm completely missing it. But I don't know why I'd have the option to just like crop stuff off the side like that, but not just zoom in. I can flip it and rotate it, but you think there'd be sort of zoom. Unless the camera just doesn't support it. But that's really annoying. So I can change the size as well, yeah. That just moves up and down. Oh god. Back to 0. Yeah, that's very strange. So anyway, how do I get rid of this? Ah, there we go. Yeah, I don't think I can even move the camera much closer. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's got crap on the floor. I'll try and hold it up more to the camera as I paint it. I'm just waiting for the first coat to dry now. So I'll do a couple of two thin coats on that. Of course. There's no other way to paint, is there? What else have we got? For Vulcan, I'd like to get Vulcan done. Obviously, by the weekend, I'm just going to be up to my eyeballs in Primaris Marines and Nurgle stuff. So anything I can get painted beforehand is going to be an absolute bonus. We've got this little gun thing there. I'll probably paint that as well. Probably do a nice gold on that. In fact, I'll paint it the same gold as I painted my Custodes. So then you can see how I've painted that style of gold. And we start with Viking gold from scale 75. Little dollop there. I just love these golds. I think they're amazing. One of them is actually almost identical to Retributor armor. Oh, Mr. Blue says he's told the heads were converted using scout heads using green stuff. I've looked everywhere, but I can't see a specific kit where it's from. Well, they might just use green stuff then. I really can't picture what they look like, but I'm certainly gonna have a look. But where we film, even though it is in this house, it's like an extension at the end of my garden. So I'd have to go all the way downstairs, all the way to the back of the garden, just to get the book, which is a bit annoying. I'm painting the wrong bit gold here, which is even more annoying, because I want to do, well, I don't know, I need to do that trim gold, so I might as well just paint the whole thing gold. Well, I want that bit to be red, but let's just paint all of this gold. Man with a golden gun. It's quite interesting to see what sort of weapon that is when it's unsheathed. Tits of Brass says he can't wait till someone makes a real thunder hammer. That would be awesome. That would be heavy. I mean, that would be really heavy. Benny Boy Sutton. Oh, sorry, I'm going to just call you Benny, but I like reading out people's names too much. He says, will Games Workshop bring any more Primarchs into 40k? Vulcan in 40k would be great. He is only lost after all and not dead. Well, Mortarion is certainly going to be coming back very soon. I have a feeling the Death Guard stuff may come out in August, but we'll see. Tits of Brass says Vulcan is on Ulanor. Didn't you read The Beast Arises? I spoiled it for anyone who hasn't. Yeah, I mean, any that are alive will come back. I think GW will probably end up doing them all eventually. All the ones that are alive, obviously. They're not going to suddenly bring back Sanguinius, hopefully. Basic Miniature Painting says hi all. Hello. Thanks for joining us. I've just like been really. I haven't advertised this one so much, so yeah, we've only got a few. We've only got a few people watching at the moment, but that's fine. Some of our regulars aren't here. Makes me sad. Looking at the live stream here from that and where I am now, I think I'm really far behind on the stream. So I apologise if your comments aren't being answered really quickly. So I'm just doing a second coat of Arakaf Flesh. Then after that, I'm just gonna simply wash it and dry brush it. But there's some little bits of gold trim on there, so I might paint them first and then just give it all the same wash. See, I've already done his backpack. It's not finished, I've just done the green areas. His backpack there. I'm quite happy with how that's come out. Just done simple little glazed highlights. They're nothing spectacular, but I'm actually most proud of his head. I have no idea if the camera will pick that up, but I think I showed this last time. It's not even going to focus. Focus. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that came out. Because painting like a jet black skin tone is like quite interesting, but I never actually used black once. I just used well, I followed the GW example actually on one of their old painting videos, and that looked really nice. I think it's like oops, try not to knock the camera over this week. It's one of these, not Eshin Grey. It was Skaven Blight Dinge, and then give it a nice non-oil wash. And that gives you almost black. Then you can just highlight it up. So, what's everyone working on tonight? I haven't asked that, actually. And I'm always interested to know what people are working on. If anything, of course. Check this gold. It's almost dry. We've got to talk about something while I'm waiting for paint to dry. We need a little bit more gold. There's a couple of little areas there, just need on that. Blade of Templar says hi, or hey. I went to say hi and saw that you put hey. Hey, working on some Black Templars. Well, with a name like Blade of Templar, I'd be disappointed if he was working on anything else. Awesome. I'm going to move this over here. I don't know why I've put it over that side. Well, I do know. My other system is usually where paint water there, drink there, so then you can't accidentally wash the brush out or drink the wrong one. So that's, but I'll put it right over here out of the way. Oh, Henry says he emailed me the picture of the scout heads. Awesome. Now I've got to try and get my email thing up. So my emails were on my other monitor, which doesn't seem to want to be displaying anything. Actually, I wonder if it's just a problem with this. Aha! There we go. So, did you email the address on the screen, yeah? Let's see if it'll come through. They're a bit slow coming through last time. Aha! Scout heads, question mark. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they're really cool. However, they might be green stuffed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save this image and I'll pop it on the screen so everyone else can have a look. So we're not just chatting to myself. A image, which is there. Yeah, they're really cool, aren't they? But I'm thinking yeah, they're really cool, aren't they? Let's just cover the screen for a bit. Yeah, they are awesome. I really like them. Yeah, they certainly look like scout heads underneath, and they've used the little goggle things that you get with one of the scout boxes. And then they must have just green stuffed on the respirators, I suppose. Yeah, they're really cool. But you can actually buy them little goggle things that goes over their eyes. They're part of the scout, the scout snipers, I think. Yeah, they're really cool. I really like them. So yeah, that's what I think anyway. I might be wrong, but that's what I think. I'm gonna move my email address over that side so you can actually see it. Yeah, them tits are processing goggles are neato. Yeah, they really are. We do sell them on Bitzbox. Probably sold out. All the good stuff is. But I'm sure in sniper scopes, I'm gonna check. Yeah, they do sell out really quick because it's awesome. But sniper scopes accessory D, for anyone who's interested in that. But you get loads of scopes, sniper scope box. So Titsabras says he's working on converting an elf dragon blades to blood knights. GW needs to lower the blood knights price in the worst way. Yeah, they're like ridiculously expensive. I don't know anyone who actually uses them miniatures for blood knights. It's always proxied or conversions. One day they'll have a nice shiny plastic box set if GW remember that they actually have a death faction. So, I'll do the gold first, don't I? So let's paint this gold trim. So there's a little bit of gold trim just underneath here. So I'm trying not to just end up being really quiet while I concentrate, because I'm sure that's quite boring for everyone, but it's very hard to get to these sort of gold areas under here. They're very small. I think this little bit behind them is gold trim. So again, I'm using the Viking gold. Probably one of my favourite gold colours now. Coverage on the scale 75. Paint is brilliant. I know I go on about them a lot, so, but they're just that good. Unlike this brush. Okay, so after this gold has dried, I'm just gonna Agrax wash it on this one, but on the other one, which I'm gonna paint the same way as the Custodes, I'm going to paint it slightly different. We'll use a different wash, which will be a mixture of Carberg Crimson and Agrax. It's nice to experiment with different wash colours, and don't be afraid to mix them up with each other, because you get some really nice shades. You can add some subtle hues to colours as well. Like these are very subtle red in the shade wash. And that just contrasts really well with the Stegadon scale green of the hair. I don't know if any of you guys saw the little colour theory video I did, but it's all just colour theory. Got two complementary colours. Don't be afraid to sort of use a complementary colour in your shade washes. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with the viewers then. That went down to 1 briefly, and then it's gone back up to a few more. I don't know what happened there. Maybe no one liked me painting this thing, or we had a hiccup. I don't know. According to this, it's still streaming. So, do you have any fire drakes made up to go with your Vulcan? No, I don't actually. This is just a display piece. I don't actually have any salamanders, although I do want to get some, because I do have a few Raven Guard, which I think I might just end up having as like a Shattered Legion, so I can get some salamanders in there and some other stuff. So I might get some, because they are very cool. But a Panda says, have you done any cool conversions? Well, I've done many over the years, at least ones that I think are cool. I did show this guy off earlier, who I have at hand. I apologise for people who saw him earlier, but I like him. It doesn't want to focus on him now, but here he is anyway. Got like a circular saw blade, which I quite like. It's a shame you can't really see the head because it's from Victorian Miniatures and it's awesome. He's got like a side pattern and like a respirator, but it just won't focus that much. It's so the light just reflects off it because it's such light resin. I've got a few of my Blanjitsu stuff lying around actually. There's this guy again. He's just undercut black, so he won't be too easy to see. But he's basically a necromancer with a little top hat. Not much of a conversion, mind you. I've got this guy, who's my Ruststalker pimp. I quite like. He uses Belisarius Cord's walking stick. He's got a little hat with a feather in it. That's a very simple conversion, mind you. Another one of my Blanjitsu guys. Very hard to see, I apologise again. I'll get these painted up at some point. But he uses... Oh, and you can look on... If you check out our blog, actually, all these are on our blog. It's blog.bitzbox.co.uk. He's got a Ruststalker head. He's got a Tempestus Science body. The arms from the Gene Sealer Cult Neophytes. And he's got Empire Greatsword legs. So, all the common kits that are used for Blanjitsu, really. And I don't know if anyone else is lying around. Not conversions, anyway. Oh, really itchy nose. I apologise, I'm not picking it. It's really itchy. So let's get that wash we mentioned earlier, a bit of crimson and a bit of Agrax. Now, one thing to remember, or to be aware of, with Carberg Crimson, it really overpowers the Agrax. So only use a little bit, and then you want at least 2 parts Agrax to 1 part crimson, otherwise you're going to have a very reddish wash. I only want it to be a little bit red. I'm just going to wash it on here. I will try and get a better setup so you can see the desk a bit easier. It doesn't really want to focus much at this range, does it? But there's a gun with a wash on it. Now I don't want to use this on the skull. I could use this just on the gold areas. Let's do that. We'll wash the gold areas on here. That should be dry by now. And then we'll wash the actual skull with pure Agrax. And I'm really just slopping it on fairly heavily because we can lighten it back up quite easily. We'll get the agrax. So I don't want to water it down too much. So okay, these brushes might not be as good for shade, they seem to soak them up a little bit. We'll shade that. Again, going on quite heavily. I prefer to just have a really dark, heavy shade to work from. I can spread it around as well. And I can lighten up everywhere else quite easily. I do plan on dry brushing the highlights for this, which means I'll probably take this backpack off because no doubt we'll end up catching that. But the backpack's at a stage now where all the little details and that I can just paint while it's glued onto Vulcan. Let's take a little bit out of the eye. So obviously that's going to take a little while to dry, but hopefully not too long, as it's quite warm and humid here. I want that little bit in there to be red, so I might base coat that in a bit. I did show off his cloak last time, I think. I was going very simple, just a wash and a dry brush. A few little highlights on the back, but mainly just dry brushing again. Just get a nice texture. And I think the dry brushing's done a nice texture on that, I think. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with how Vulcan's come along. I've still got a base to do at some point, but we'll get there. It's a nice break from just painting squads of miniatures. I'll finish that off. So it's kind of a little bit quiet in the chat. I don't know if it's just not refreshed properly or whether everyone's gone to sleep. I am going to just pop out chat. My browser's deciding to crash. Oh, I hate Firefox. It has actually just killed itself. I think you guys can still see me though. I don't think that makes any difference to the stream, but it has just killed itself. Oh, I don't know why I use Firefox. Well, I know why I use Firefox, I just don't know why I use it for all the other stuff. I only use it for Universal Print to print out all the invoices. If I had that feature on Google Chrome, that'd be the end of Firefox in my life, I tell you. Useless. Useless. So, yeah, I'll be back on the chat in a bit, I promise. Right now I'm just waiting for Firefox to do its thing. I've never known a browser to use so much RAM for doing nothing. Crap. Right. Let's restore that. All I tried to do was pop out the chat. And it just kills itself. It's so slow. I need a better PC, I think. I just have enough RAM to do anything. I edit videos and stuff on here and my computer just grinds to a halt while it's exporting, uploading and whatnot. It would do it while all these shades are trying to dry, so I haven't got anything to be getting on with while I wait. So let's get old Vulcan here. Actually, it would be worth doing the skull on his chest in the same way. So, I'm just going to force refresh that. So again, just rack our flesh, thin it down a bit. Okay, I'm actually back on the chat. Hooray! Jay Thomas says, I'm sure you'll be getting the Dark Imperium this weekend. Just curious what your plans are for the Death Guard, paint schemes and such. I'm still curious as well. I was tempted to do the pre-heresy scheme, but then I'm not sure if my Primaris Marines are going to end up being a white or bone colour. So I might do just the green. I'm hopefully picking up some of the Death Guard green, so maybe I'll just paint them in that style. I won't venture too far away from the box or the pre-heresy scheme, so it'll be one or the other. I'm not going to try and pop up chat this time. Stupid thing. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even realise there wasn't new green paint coming out till I sort of looked. I just looked through the pre-orders again this week to see if they had anything new, and that's literally all they've added. They need to bring out some more purples. Never mind greens and blues and such, they need more purples. Yeah, I'll probably base off that. Interestingly, in this week's White Dwarf, they have a painting guide for the Nurgle stuff, and they don't use the new colour. It's not there at all. But obviously it's all it's obviously all been done months ago, the White Dwarf. But yeah, it's interesting. They actually use Deathworld Forest and not Death Guard Green, so that's interesting. I'm sure we might see Duncan use it though. Can always rely on him. So I don't know how I'm going to paint all the finer details on him yet. I don't know if I do gold, yellows or whatever. So we'll leave them, but there are some areas where I want to be red, so I'm going to get them base coated for sure. I'm going to use my Fistum for that. Tits of Brass says I can't wait for them to make my fave chapter for Minotaurs. Yeah, I'd like to see more Minotaur stuff. I love the Minotaurs. I know Jab had Minotaurs. I don't know if he still does or not. He might do. But I love the Minotaurs. So there's all these little sort of scaly areas in his armour. I'm going to do them red. Now I'm starting with a Fistum, and I'll do a wash on it to really darken it down. I normally end up with loads of little puddles all over my palette, and I usually just use that water to mix into the paint. I haven't got my wet palette tonight. I don't have time to set that back up. I do like the idea of pre-heresy colours with all the growths and deformations. It's something you don't ever see. Yeah, I know, right? I think that'd be really cool. I think on one of the GW videos, one of the painters said they painted them in that style, which I guess is in the book. But I haven't actually seen them. Yeah, if I don't do a sort of lightish colour for my Primaris Marines, then I might do the pre-heresy scheme on the Death Guard. If I even get round to painting them. Like these Custodes I got when the box came out in November. And that's only one squad of them. I'm sure I've had Vulcan much longer than that as well. But I will certainly get some Primaris Marines done, even if it's just one set from one box. My aim is to get 2 boxes worth of them built and painted. But I can't even decide on a chapter yet. I want to make one up, but I just can't think of a scheme. So... But my plan is, and this will be in future live shows, i.e. next week, week after, my plan is to get the Primaris Marines, build a squad of 5 and paint them up in 5 different colour schemes. And then you guys can help me pick one. Obviously by next Monday I won't get all 5 painted, but we'll probably be painting one on the show if they're already built, and if they're not already built, we'll be building them on the show. So it'll be all Primaris Marines for the next couple of weeks on this show. But that should be pretty fun. Jay Thomas said I would love to be in the inevitable position to have so much backlog to be months behind. No, you wouldn't. Trust me, you wouldn't. It's just called wasting money. I mean, I've got stuff that will never see the light of day. Stuff that don't even come out of their shrink wrap. So what's the point? I could obviously get stuff commission painted, but that's just more money, isn't it? And you can't even buy cheap second-hand painted stuff these days. Because everyone seems to charge a premium for stuff even though it's painted, even if it's not painted very well. I think it's ridiculous. Never used to be like that. Titsabras says, do you know any Space Marine models with the Mark 8 errant armour? I've been looking for some. I know you can... Yeah, it's very hard to get hold of. I know the tactical squad has a Mark 8 torso front, I think. I know the Devastators definitely do. I'm not sure if the Death Watch is in Mark 8 or whether it's just like a variation of it or something. Yeah, it's a bit of a hard map to get hold of. There's got no specific type of heads or legs or anything to it. It's literally just Mark 7 with an extra bit round the neck. Seems to be the only difference. Although I have seen like the company champion shoulder pads from the command squad, sort of. That's meant to be like Mark 8 shoulder pads, but I don't know if that's really strict or not. That's really bright, that red. I'll have to give that a good couple of washes. I've got to do some on the gun as well. But yeah, again, they're them type of bits that just sell out ridiculously quick on our website and all other bit sites and stuff. So if you don't get them in the first sort of few minutes of them being in stock, then you're away again. Jay Thomas says he's trying to design a good logo for his Nurgle army. Going to try freehanding for the first time and want to give all my Death Guard a unique icon on their pauldrons. My advice is to keep it simple. My Emerald Aces just have like the Ace of Spades, and even that, I have sculpted it for most of them, but even if I was just to paint it, even something like that takes a little bit of time. And all it is just an Ace of Spades symbol, which is quite easy to freehand. So just keep it simple. And remember to thin your paints. When it comes to freehand, and you have to have thin paints and a good tip on your brush, otherwise it's just going to be a disaster. But good luck. If you get it right, you're going to be very proud. And they will look super cool. And speaking of brushes to keep with a nice tip, this one does not want to keep its tip, which is a shame. It's seen a lot of action though, this brush, so I think it's coming down to its last legs. I did buy some new ones. I always find that whenever I buy new brushes, if they're like good ones, I'm very reluctant to actually use them at first. Titzabras says you want to see more Tyrion in 40k. Well, you will. 100%. You'll see him in the next couple of months. That's not even speculation anymore. GW's all but confirmed him, so he's going to look awesome. And we'll certainly be getting him, building him up, having a few games with him. We do plan to do a lot of 40k on the channel soon, and we're not going to forget about Age of Sigmar, because our Age of Sigmar videos have been quite popular too. And what do I want to get? I just need to get another battle line squad done for my elves, so I can bring them to a battlefield in a bat rep, because I'm not looking forward to using them. So I'm just going to paint metal on a sword. Another one of my favourite colours is Thrash Metal from Scale 75. It's pretty much Ironbreaker really, but it just covers better. Jay Thomas says he's named them the Legion of the Three-Eye Fly. Awesome, very nerdly. There's first 40k army. He's trying to develop a whole background of fluff from. Awesome. I've been trying to develop some fluff for one of my Blandjitsu warbands, and I'm just struggling. I sort of know what I want it to be, but trying to put that into words, because I want to do like the sort of narrative stuff on the blog. I'll never be a writer. But hopefully, I'll get some posts out with my other Blandjitsu stuff, because I'm really proud of how they come out. Tits of Brass says Age of Sigmar is what got him into 40k. That's really cool. I mean, when Age of Sigmar first came out, there was a lot of hate from the veterans, but it's getting so many people into the hobby, and now with 40k going down a similar route, it's going to get some people out of Age of Sigmar to try 40k, and even get some new players in as well. So yeah, GW are really doing well lately. But I've always preferred 40k over Fantasy, and I think I'm going to prefer 8th edition over Age of Sigmar, even though I love Age of Sigmar. And hopefully you will enjoy 40k just as much, if not more. And Jay Thomas says he also got into 40k via Age of Sigmar, so that's really cool. And it's good to see new players coming in. Hopefully you'll enjoy our upcoming 40k content. And we've got several 40k armies that are all going to be dusted off the shelves and coming back. There's going to be Orcs, Tyranids, Space Marines, Chaos, Demons, and whatever Wayne and Jab have got. Probably get the old Death Corps of Krieg out. And there's got a little bits of Scutari and stuff as well. I'll probably mix some AdMech. I think Wayne's now got some AdMech, so you'll probably see them as well. Oh, I've got Eldar as well, so most of the armies will be represented. And maybe we'll even pick up some of the other armies to get a little small tower Necron Force or something. I do want to do some Dark Eldar as well. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Che Thomas says everything he's seen about 8th leads him to think that he's going to enjoy it, and I'm pretty much the same there. I know some of the guys have already played it and they really like it. And the new plastics, yeah, it's lovely. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we get for Primaris Marines, because everything I've seen so far looks pretty nice. I know there's been a lot of, I don't know if you guys have seen that sort of floating tank thing. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I actually quite like it. Well, the whole idea of a floating tank is a bit, goes against some of the fluff, but it looks really nice, I think. Now, I just saw some on here. On this bit here, there's some red as well. There are all these like bumpy scales and stuff, and what you can see on there. But you really gotta water this paint down to get it into all the little bits. J. Thomas says he knows it's not going to happen, but he'd really like the new Chaos Rhino model. Yeah. I think, I'd like to see more sort of vehicle stuff for Chaos, just maybe a new vehicle upgrade sprue or something, just to make the vehicles look sort of more different from the Imperial ones. I know the ones we've got, the upgrade sprue now is not too bad, but there's so much more they could do with it. Okay. So he's coming along quite nicely. Yeah, I'd like to see a lot of new stuff for Chaos. I don't think we'll get some. Obviously, we're going to get some Death Guard. So that'll be cool. I assume we'll get Poxwalkers, Plague Marines, and there's going to be Plague Marine Terminators, which I'm really excited for, and of course Mortarion. So we'll get them as plastic boxes, I believe. Don't know if we'll get anything else. Or maybe the drones. Maybe they'll have their own separate box. I don't know. Henry Mendes says he's painting Armageddon terrain, and one of his sons is reading the new Blood Bowl rulebook that he got for his birthday. Will he be doing Blood Bowl battle reports? We weren't going to do them originally, and then everyone just lost interest in it. And yeah, because I did a couple of painting tutorials for it. Maybe I've actually got I picked up some Chaos Dwarfs actually when GW had them made for order. I'd really like to get them painted up and use them in Blood Bowl. No, I didn't pick up any others. But I've got the humans, and I've got some orcs, but I haven't painted them. I quite like the goblins actually, and the Skaven. I actually quite like a lot of VM. And Blood Bowl. Oh, and there's dwarfs as well, who are just amazing. So yeah, you know, maybe one day. We still keep meaning to do some Rumble Slam as well, because Rumble Slam's really cool. No, you do really quick battle reports of that. So we just haven't got round to it, but we're hoping maybe we can start filming a bit more. We've got plans. We want to do a Super Dungeon Explorer game. Maybe do like sort of like a live one, which I think would be really cool. Oh yeah, J. Thomas says a new Great Unclean One sculpt that's not $200 would be great. Yeah, that's true. That is true, actually. I forgot about the Great Unclean One. I should imagine we'd see him and Typhus as well, if we're wishlisting, then that's quite possible. So yeah, yeah, it could be a big Death Guard release if they do everything that they need. But I think they actually will do Typhus. Titsabras says the new Thunderhawk is way overpriced. Yeah. I mean, that's expensive, isn't it? I mean, I'll never get one. If I'm going to spend that much money on Forge World, I'd probably just go out and buy a Titan. Like, I'd just get Reaver or Warhound or something. If I'm going to spend a lot of money on Forge World. I'm not massively... Like, I love Fire Raptor, but I'm not... Apart from that, I'm not massively into their flyers. Carradon Fawn says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Well, hello Wayne. A lot of our regulars don't seem to be here tonight, which is a shame. That's why the numbers are low. I should have... I literally just put a post up about half an hour before this went up on Facebook, because I've just been super busy. So I apologise. Of course, this does go up on YouTube after, so if any of our regulars miss it, then they can catch up on YouTube. And I'm going to be here next week and the week after, etc, etc. So you guys will get your fix. Either that, or they just don't like the show anymore. So I'm just painting this little flamer thing on his hand. I do apologise if you can't see. I'm going to work out if I can zoom the camera in or try and get a better setup for it. I mean, this isn't too bad, but I like to have a bit more of a close-up on what I'm actually painting. The light could actually be a little bit better. I make some adjustments. But that's probably as good as it's going to get. So it's sort of like, we have like a little flame thing, and there's like flames coming off it. So I don't know whether to just keep them gold. I don't know if they're just meant to be sort of sculpted parts on his armour. Yeah, Wayne says, is that Vulcan? It sure is. Doesn't want to focus on him, but he's here. There he is. Dun dun. Not looking too bad. Lots of little details on his legs and stuff that I need to paint, mind you. And his fire on the back. One of your favourite Primarchs. Yeah, he's awesome. I don't even know if I have a favourite one, to be honest. I really liked painting Fulgrim. In terms of like miniatures and that, I quite like Fulgrim quite a lot. I love the Horus miniature. One that I really do want to work on at some point. Although stupidly, I've like built my Horus up like completely. So he's gonna be his cloak and stuff might be a bit of a bugger to paint. So I'll leave that flame like that. J. Thomas says, gotta go, have a good night. Look forward to more content from Bitzbox, especially Blanditsu stuff. Yeah, I do want to do some more Blanditsu stuff, so we shall see in the future. And thanks for watching. I'll see you later, J. Thomas. You can always catch up with the last hour of the show when it goes up on YouTube. So, try to aggravate that a little bit on his chest. Tits of Brash says the hammer looks too small, it takes 3 Space Marines to even hold it. Or is that like, is that what it says in the fluff? Is that like it takes 3 Space Marines? Yeah, but he's quite a big guy, I suppose. I don't know if I have a Space Marine lying about to... I'll have one behind me. Got a little So that's that's a regular Space Marine, a Deathwatch guy. Deathwatch Minotaur, actually. He's not finished, but focus. But he uses the Forge World Chaplain from the Minotaurs, with like different head and Deathwatch stuff. Anyway, it's not gonna focus. But yeah, sort of comparing their weapons, there's a bit of a difference, but not much, is there? So yeah, I see what you mean. I reckon a regular Space Marine could probably lift that. And this is like Thor's hammer, of course. Because Thor's hammer's not very, very big, but no one else can lift it, so... So I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to take a Phonian Camo Shade to shade the red. Again, I think I demonstrated that on my colour theory video on using light greens to shade red. So. I quite like using blues as well. Drakenhof Nightshade's a really good shade for red. This is going to need a couple of coats of shade wash. So I want this to be nice and dark. Okay, let's have a shade wash the Agrex one back on the skull. Still a little bit wet, but it's getting there. Doesn't really that's tinted it more than that in some of the recesses, unfortunately. But too bad. I'll sort that out. Get all the highlights done first. While I'm waiting, I can take that off. I'll just take this backpack off this bit as well. So that can go over here. So that way, just when I do dry brushing, I'm not going to accidentally catch the backpack. Ooh, excuse me. So, again, we're still waiting for shade washes to dry, but I think this gold one, that's dry. So we are going to highlight them gold areas. So put this back. No, it was a mixture of these two. So we've got a couple of golds. I'm not even going to try and pronounce what that one's called. But we've basically got their lightest gold and the darkest gold from scale 75, and we're just going to mix them together for our highlight. And I'm just going to dry brush it on the gold as well. It's still a bit watery. That's better. And see, what I like about these brushes, these really cheap ones, they dry out really quickly, so they're really good for dry brushing. So I find with the GW dry brushes, once you wash them out, they stay wet for so long that you just can't really use them for dry brushing until the next day. So I'm going to mix that in there. This is a bit more. That's too much. It sort of goes silvery, which is interesting because I'm mixing two golds together, but it goes really silvery. No, I need a bit more. Okay, that'll do it. Does bring up a really nice colour though. So, try not to knock the camera over. I have an old bit of basically an old pillowcase that I just use to wipe the paint on when I dry brush. I find it better than using paper towels and that. So I'm very lightly just building up the dry brush. I'm sure most of you know how to dry brush. That's looking pretty nice. It's exactly the same way of how I did Regold on the Custodies. And then we take this mix, which has a bit more of a lighter colour in, and that can be our second dry brush. And for a little area like this on the miniature, just some simple shade washing and dry brush highlights. That's all you really need. Unless you want to do super high quality display quality, then you'd probably just glaze up highlights. But I ain't got time for that. Oh, that's pretty nice. I'm liking that. Obviously, I've got to highlight the red on it, but I shout out to the camera. Of course, it might not focus, but who knows? Come on. You know you want to. I don't even know what I was trying to focus on. I was just trying to focus on my hand. But there we go. So you can see that sort of nice gold with the highlights. So I'm liking that. Got his head and little tabard things. I will paint the little studs on the thingies as well. Maybe I'll do that now while I'm waiting for some other stuff. So we'll just use. Oh, there's some gold on the palette still, so we'll use that. Need to add some more to that though. Yeah, I kind of wish I just got my wet palette put together, but I can't be bothered now. This paint's drying up so quick. So these little bits here sort of go under his arms, I think. We're very quiet on the chat tonight. I hope you're all just sitting there really intrigued rather than just bored. But I would assume it's probably the latter. Or you're all just busy doing your own projects and listening to me narrow on. Which is cool. That's why I'm here. We can all just chill out, do some painting, do some other hobby, whatever. That's basically what this show is. Just a bit chill time, and I've needed it. Oh, I've needed it. The next couple of days are going to be manic as well. So. The thing about this job, you can have a nice holiday, but you come back to twice as much work, so. And I really didn't expect to have so many orders to come back to. It's been brilliant lately. Really good. So these studs, a bit of a pain to paint because this paint is drying up so quickly, and you do need some really good thin paint to paint something like this. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Just wipe away that Henry Mendes says, if you do figure out where them scout heads are from, please email me back. I really think they probably do have green stuff on them, because they do look like regular scout heads as base. And they wouldn't be from a third party. Ah, Mad Cow Crazy. It was getting very lonely without you. Says, what are you building? I'm not building anything, I'm just painting Vulcan. But he's all in bits, because it's just easier to paint him this way. Right, here he is. Julian Speed says, keep up the good work, mate. Thank you. So, yeah, here's Vulcan. It doesn't want focus unless I get my hand right up close. Yeah, there he is. Still lots more to go on him, mind you. But I'm happy with the progress so far. I'm trying to paint these silly little studs on his thingy. I think I've got some on the actual... Oh, so I've actually painted them on him. They're just proving a bit more challenging. I think this brush... I've had enough of this brush now. That's not keeping a point. Let's bring out one of the new ones. I've got a 00 here. Brand new one. Lovely point on that. Benny Boy's Saturn says that looks awesome. Thank you. So I hate when you get a new brush, like the bristles are like rock solid for some reason. I don't know why that is. This is gonna be my fine detail brush for sure. This is quite an inexpensive, well, I say an expensive brush. It's about £4, I think. So Winsor & Newton. It's not a Series 7 though. It's like a, I'm holding up to it's like a Cotman or something. I just found them in a shop in the UK called The Range, which is like a big sort of big box store. Basically, they just do everything. They've got a arts and crafts section. They do have quite a decent variety of brushes. That's where I got these cheap ones from as well. So yeah, much better success painting these silly little studs. I've got to highlight them yet, but this brush doing much better. These custodians here as well, I will post a picture up on our Instagram page showing them off maybe tomorrow. So I'm actually quite proud of how they came out. Can't wait to actually do some more. I've got like the 412 guns, like the bolt gun things for them as well. So I'll do a squad up like that. I think Jab's going to do a squad like that as well. Between us, we could probably get a nice little Custodians army together and maybe do another Horus Heresy bat rep in the future. That'd be quite cool. And of course, we can use them in 40k as well. They might even appear in a narrative. I don't know yet. I don't know what the plans are for that. Okay, so this is dry. I don't know if it's dry brushes. Completely dry yet, but we've got another one. So I'm going to start by dry brushing up. I might just go straight into a Shabty Bone. Let's see what it looks like. I just want to just quickly try something. So yeah, my email address is on the bottom left of the screen. If anyone wants to send any pictures of miniatures or anything like they've painted or what they're working on, I'll be happy to show them on the live stream. Or if you've got anything cool you want to share with the rest of us. I was tempted to bring up some of my holiday pictures because I did go to a couple of castles, so that's sort of well, I assume that interests that will interest some. Don't know what's up with that. Maybe the I did plug it into a different thing earlier, so maybe I might have just loosened the power connector. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, as I was saying, I went to a couple of castles that were really cool. I did post a picture on our Instagram page of a room from one of the halls we went to. It looked really cool, like sort of one of them old-fashioned libraries. I thought that'd be so cool to have like a gaming table in the middle of that. So, actually going to go into Powered Witch Flesh. Okay, I would like to think it's working now. I don't know why it suddenly have just disappeared though. Ah, thank you. I don't know what that was all about then. I don't really know where we lost it. I know someone was saying about my tattoos. David Redshaw said they looked decent, but I don't know what that. But I don't know what that means. But I hope it's positive. And as I was saying, you might see me just do this, just saying that I've got some space I need to fill, and I don't know what to fill it with. Madco Crazy says, forgot to administer the correct prayers. That must be what it is. I haven't sacrificed any small children this week. So, that's probably what it is. I'll make up for it next week. What was that brown? Get some Rhinox hide. Yeah, that's very strange. It just decided to do it. It might have something to do with my monitor. If I unplugged it. I don't know. It's quite temperamental software, really. Would you ever get a Warhammer tattoo? Well, right, just see it. I've got. Wow, this is really awkward. Why is it? I need to sort of go around like that, don't I? I've got this, which is like obviously a chaos star with like a corn symbol in the middle. So, yeah, maybe I'll get more hobby-related ones in the future. That's like one of my really old ones as well. Probably like the third one I got. So I'm just sort of just glazing this Rhinox hide into the shadows, just to deepen them up a bit, because the wash didn't really settle where I wanted it to. Which is very strange, actually. Mad K Crazy says, I'd like to get the Inquisition eye on his shoulder. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I probably won't get anything like Loyalist. Just like Chaos for my first army. And I'll always prefer Chaos. So I'll just let these little glazes dry. But already that's looking so much better. So a couple of glazes of the Rhinox hide, and I think that little skull will be done, and I'm quite enjoying that. Highlighting up these little scales might not be as straightforward as a dry brush. Whilst they have a lot of texture, it's going to be very tricky to catch such a small area. So I might have to go in with my thin brush and just do little dots of highlights. And we're just going to go back in with Mephiston Red. So, Wayne says, yeah, it is. I have no idea. This is a problem with being so far behind the chat. So I'm just doing little dots. Just little dots of red. To highlight these little tiny scale things. Not being too precise on whereabouts they go. And Wayne says, also from what you were saying about the armies, he says it'll crack out the Death Core of Krieg for sure. Got a new Space Marine army in the works, along with his Yannari Eldar and Admech. Yeah, so you'll definitely see them on there. Oh yeah, I forgot Wayne's done Space Sharks as well. They're awesome. Mad K Crazy says he should be getting his order from GW tomorrow if he's lucky. Awesome. What did you order? Because I know you've got the store now, haven't you? So I apologise if I go quiet. I just sort of maximum concentration for these silly little bits. Just while I wait for this glaze to dry. But because I have to do this with really thinned out Mephiston red, these highlights are probably going to need a couple of coats to actually be noticeable. Oh, quite cool. I'll probably add some orange for a final highlight. Tits of Brass says, holy crap, I think I just came up with a true evil Age of Sigmar 2000 point destruction army, a troll hag, some Icefall Yetis, Fellwalk Troll. All enemies have a -2 to hit no matter who you use to attack. Yeah, that's quite nasty. Mad Cow Crazy says he ordered 2,500 euros worth of 8th edition stuff. You do have a store trade account with GW, not just a madman. Although you are a madman. 20 starter sets, 10 of each index, etc. Nice. We only got 12 starter sets, and 2 of them are for me. We don't get them direct from GW though. We don't. Obviously, we can't have a trade account with him. Lee Ashcroft says finally got to watch live. Awesome. There's just under half hour. It's about 20 odd minutes left. Still. It's 8:30. British summertime. Every week. It'll be every Monday. Mad Cow says if you count the store discount, it's probably 5,000 euros worth of stuff. Yeah. Oh, trust me, there'd be a lot more in stock at Bitzbox if we got that kind of discount. So Wayne says he's doing Raven Guard Primaris Marines. So last I heard you haven't decided on the colour scheme, but I'm glad you went with your Raven Guard, because I actually really liked your test scheme on them. But yeah, I think next week I'll either be building Primaris Marines or painting my test colour schemes up. And you guys can certainly help me choose a colour scheme. See, I really like sort of a white, gold and blue, but I don't know if I want to paint so much white, but we'll see. I'm trying to think of colours that my existing armies don't really have, and I don't think there's anything left apart from pink or white, so... But even then, the Bitzbox Marines are sort of half white. I mean, that's another army that I should probably get painted up. The Bitzbox Marines, they use Blood Angel rules. So, probably see a small battle with them at some point. I think I might just glaze just on his snout, because that looks a little bit too light compared to everything else. So that's for Skull. It's sort of focusing. I'm quite happy with that. Come on. Let's stick it through there like that. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that's come out. I might just do a final glaze on the end of the snout, make it sort of darker at the end. I'm quite happy with that. It's cool. Lee Ashcroft says he's going to paint his Primaris pink. I could use some iridescent medium, make them all like glittery. I wouldn't mind using like iridescent medium on like a metallic colour or something. Make them almost sparkle and shine. So I'll just glaze. pointless note. Madco says, why not cut it from the sprue? Now you'll have places to file and smooth with no paints, etc. Oh, you mean on Vulkan? Most of the places what are attached, you won't see when they're glued together. I know there'll be the odd little bits I have to neaten up, but it's fine. Cool. Hopefully we have sound. Something mucked up then. But fingers crossed, it's back. So, this is annoying because everyone's so far behind me. But I'll just watch the stream. Yeah, now we have sound. Okay. My Spotify seems to have started updating itself as well. I think that's playing things up. Yeah, one of my USB ports decided to have a hissy fit. So I've plugged the mic into a different USB port and it seems fine. Look, one of the ones on the back of my PC doesn't even work. It wasn't plugged into that, but you have to keep swapping USB stuff. It's been fun. We had no hiccup at the beginning like we did last time. We just started to lose sound twice during the show. But at least that time I knew something was playing up. So I don't know why Spotify like installing itself and turning itself on. That can go away. How are we doing for time? So we've got 15 minutes. I finished painting that skull, so that's good. Can't remember where I put it, but that's finished. It's over there. There's a little one, just chest, which I'm just going to highlight. So I'll get back for you. So yeah, should hopefully have no more hiccups now before the end of the show. Oh, you gotta love technology. But thanks guys for letting me know as well. So a little bit, I suppose. So that's the little thing on his chest. I need to sort of look at reference pictures in the future to see all these little bits. Finish the show by highlighting these scales. I think that should take me nicely to the end of the show. don't know what's happened. So the stream might have died. I'm getting people saying it's died. I have no idea what's going on. And this is my... No, I don't think it's my internet, because this page is working fine. Oh, it's been a night full of hiccups. This thing says it's still broadcasting. So, I don't know. Maybe it's YouTube. So, oh, it's working again. I don't know what's going on. Crazy. Crazy. It's been a night full of hiccups. Anyway, I was saying I was just, oh look, you can see me texting. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, if you guys didn't see, I'm just going to highlight up these scales, and we'll finish the show by doing them. Thank you to the guys who are still with us. I think most people have probably given up as it's so close to the end. Oh, it's going to be fun to watch on the playback. Gotta love technology. So just literally just doing little dots on these scales. It's too small an area to dry brush. But I must say I'm quite impressed with this 00 brush I bought. If it keeps this tip, it will certainly be my go-to fine detail brush. That's for sure. Okay. So that's a Mephiston red highlight. I want to do like an orangey reddish colour. I think the perfect colour is gonna be Wild Rider, because it's a nice orangey red. Give it a good old shake. Because I store my paints in like a thing where they sort of sit like that, so a lot of the paint just goes to one side. I'll get it on the palette with this. It's such an orangey colour, Wild Rider. Really good for these highlights at least. So we'll start with ones on his arm. There we go. So I do apologise again for all the minor hiccups we've had tonight. Loss of sound, loss of picture. Doesn't rain, it always pours. I hope you guys have been enjoying the show though as we come to a close. It will get more interesting once the Primaris Marines are out. I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, these Wild Rider highlights really making these scales pop out now, so really cool. You can see on his arm, obviously it doesn't want to focus, but yeah, see how they're sort of really popping out, almost looking fiery, which is quite cool. Sort of works with Vulcan. So I'm liking that. I'm gonna paint this on all the scales, and that should probably take us to the end, or at least close. Mad Cow says, will you be splitting some starter sets? Individual models? That's going to be a problem because units are mixed together on the sprues. We've had stuff up for pre-orders, like the actual squads, and I know stuff's mixed up, but it's like that in the in all the starter sets, like Dark Vengeance, the Age of Sigmar starter set. There's stuff mixed up on the sprues there. I just have to sort them out. And after the first 10 boxes, I'll soon work out what's what and get them sorted out quite quickly. But yeah, we put 10 up for pre-order, and in a couple of weeks we'll get some more in. But I still think we've got stuff available, certainly in the Nurgle stuff. There's still quite a bit. Because I was thinking about getting 20 boxes, but I thought I'd try 10, see how it goes. And they sold sort of fairly well. But there wasn't like a mad rush to get them. A lot of other places sell them as well. We tried to be a bit cheaper, but there's probably a lot of eBay sellers who are probably selling a lot of stuff quite cheap. But yeah, the first couple of sets that I start splitting the stuff up for to send away, that's going to be a nightmare trying to work out what's what, because obviously I've never seen the box before. So I have not seen it on the sprues and that. But that's why they have instructions, right? And again, it's going to be manic. Sending them out. So next Monday as well, it's going to be another manic day, because I'll spend all afternoon sorting out stuff for pre-orders, and that probably wouldn't even be enough time to do them all, but we'll be caught up. And all the outstanding orders that we've got from my time away will all be caught up with by Wednesday at the very latest. Yeah, most people should have already had dispatch emails by now. And I might actually just get a few more done after this show, so that's how committed I am. Okay, I'm really liking these scales. They're looking really, really nice. And I think that's all of them, so still got 5 minutes left yet. Any thoughts on the Kronos Crusade GW will be doing? Will Smurfs get completely stomped again, but GW will progress the story as a win for them like they did last time? We'll see. Apparently it's just all... They'll take in like all results, whether it be from GW stores, gaming clubs, even people at home. So we'll certainly participate in it. We'll even do some battle reports, which will be part of the campaign. Certainly. I don't think GW will do that again though. I think they will keep the story based off the results. But I wouldn't be surprised if Space Marines do quite well anyway, so... But yeah, it's really cool. They should do more stuff like that, and I think they will. I think they'll probably have yearly ones, maybe an Age of Sigmar, maybe 40k, etc. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll definitely do battle reports for it. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming up for 40k. So exciting times ahead. Yeah, we're quite looking forward to just getting this Shadow War Armageddon campaign finished. If you might have missed earlier that we plan on doing filming two more games for the Shadow War campaign tomorrow, and then we've got a really nice finale planned. So that's gonna be really cool. So by next Thursday, the Shadow War campaign should all be out on YouTube and finished. And we're doing some 40k battle reports after that. And then we'll get the odd Age of Sigmar one in as well. But it will just be like mad 40k for a little bit. But we'll certainly try not to neglect Age of Sigmar. And as I said earlier, for anyone who might have missed it, when we've been planning for ages to do like a Super Dungeon Explore game, and we want to do some Rumble Slam. It's just finding the time, but we're certainly on. I mean, if we had it our way, we'd cover loads more games on the channel. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. And thank you so much for watching. Before I go, Mad Cow just says he thinks the Space Marines will get completely smashed because people are so sick and tired of them, so all Xenos players will reduce them. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see, and we can talk about that more in the future. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I apologise for the hiccups. No idea what's gone on there, but that's technology for you. Doesn't always go right. But I'm glad we've got there in the end. So, thanks everyone for watching. And I will see you same time next week. Okay. I was just find my... There we go. Trying to find a picture to put on at the end. So, yeah, thank you guys. 8:30 PM every Monday. That's British summertime. I'll see you next week.